오늘 북한 평양에서 남북 축구 경기가 열렸습니다. 2022년 카타르 월드컵 아시아 지역 2차 예선이었습니다. 그런데 사상 초유의 경기였습니다. 관중이 한 명도 없었고 경기가 어떻게 진행되는지 알 수 없었고 다만 가널쩍으로 정보만 전해졌습니다. 경기는 0대0 무승부로 끝냈습니다.
The soccer game between North and South Korea was held today in Pyongyang. This was the second qualifying round for the 2022 World Cup Asia section to be held in Qatar. But this proved to be an historic day in its own right. There were no spectators, there was no way of knowing how the game was going, and information was only provided intermittently. The game ended in a stalemate 0-0. 이 주제에 대한 제 견해를 말하자면 남북한이 이 경기를 이렇게 함께하는 것이 좋다고 생각해요. 왜냐하면 저는 중국과 마찬가지로 이 나라들에도 자신들의 규칙과 방식이 있다고 생각해요. 그래서 외국에 대해 너무 비판하는 것은 어렵습니다. 현대 NBA, 저 프로농구와 마찬가지로 지금 중국에서 어려움이 발생하는 상황에서 미국의 언론의 자유가 있다고 해서 다른 나라도 같은 방식으로 느낄 것이라고 기대하면은 안 되는 거예요. 예를 들면 미국의 도널드 트럼프와 북한의 김정은 있잖아요. 그와 같은 사람들이 이렇게 함께 모이고 이야기를 나눌 수 있게 된다면 일종의 진보라고 생각합니다. 그리고 남북한이 이러한 경기를 함께 할 수 있다면 그것 또한 긍정적인 것이 아닌가 싶어요. 저는 한국인들이 이렇게 생각할지도 모르겠지만 우리와 다른 사람들과 이렇게 다리를 만들고 싶은 그런 생각입니다. 사실 한반도와 한민족은 만약 지도에서 보시면 다만 딱 하나의 땅처럼 보이지만 그래도 사실 별도의 정부가 있다는 것을 잘 알고 있어요. 그래서 사람들이 많은 유사점을 가지고 동일한 언어도 공유한다고 하더라도 다른 사람들의 입장을 존중해야 한다고 생각합니다. As far as my own thoughts go on this subject matter, I think that it's good that North and South Korea are playing these games together. I think that much like China, these countries kind of have their own rules and ways of going about things. So it's hard to be too critical of a foreign country, much like with the NBA right now, how there are difficulties happening in China. We can't expect just because in the United States we have freedom of speech, we can't just expect that another country is going to feel the same way. So to me, anytime you can get people like Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un talking together, I think that's progress rather than just going their own ways. And if North and South Korea can play these games together, then I think that that's a positive thing. I don't really know how South Koreans feel about it, but I think that we want to build bridges with people that are different from us. I know that it's really, one Korean peninsula and one Korean people, but the governments are separate. And so even though the people may have a lot of similarities and share the same language, I think we just kind of have to be respectful of other people.
All right, I'm going to take a moment and go through vocabulary. So the phrase 남북 in English is just going to be North and South Korea. So Nam is South Korea and Buk is North Korea, and you just put them together. So North and South Korea. In America, we don't use Chinese characters, so you're just going to have to say all of the words there. The next word has to do with, it's 경기가 열렸습니다. 경기가 열렸습니다. And that just means the game was held. I guess you could say that it also means maybe the game was opened, but the more likely phrase is going to be the game was held. The game was held. The next phrase here is 2차 예선이었습니다. And this means it was the second qualifying round. So 2차 is just like second round. And then 예선이었습니다 is was qualified. The next phrase here is 사상 초유. And this one was a little bit difficult for me. It's not a very familiar phrase. I'm guessing that 사상 has to do with like 역사 할 때 사자. And then 초유, the only one I know is like 권유. And I don't know if that's like 기초할 때 조자인지 잘 모르겠지만 I think 권유할 때 그 유자인 것 같아요. So I think it's that same 권유, the same invitation. So historic invitation. I just put in my translation historic day, but I guess invitation probably would have been more correct. The next word is 관중. And in English, we're going to say spectator. And if you're saying this in English, it's one of those words that's probably okay to slow down when you say it, because spectator, it's difficult, especially if you're coming from Korean being your native language. Spectator. It's not really spectator. Spectator is how Americans are probably going to say it. The next phrase here is 어떻게 진행되는지, which in English is how it is going. So 어떻게 is the same as how, and then 진행되는지 is just kind of like proceeding or going forth. So how it's going. It's kind of a more sophisticated way of saying that. Now this is an interesting word, and I'll go through pronunciation here in just a bit. But in Korean, there's a reduction that happens, so the hiet basically goes away and becomes 가널쩍으로. So 가널쩍으로, intermittently. Again, it's one of those words kind of like spectator that is best to slow down on. So intermittently is how I would say intermittently. A couple more words here. 정보만 전해졌습니다. Only information was provided. Information here is going to be 정보. 만 is only, and 전해졌습니다 was delivered or was provided. So this next phrase in Korean is a little bit of a tongue twister to me. It's 무승부로 끝냈습니다. And what it means in English is that it ended in a stalemate. So here mu means without, 승 means victory, and I think 부 here just means result maybe. So 무승부로 끝냈습니다. It ended in a stalemate. And you could also say ended without a victor or ended without a winner. Last but not least, let's go through some pronunciation stuff here. If you are a Korean, this is still probably good for you to watch, because I think the strategy of really trying to pay attention to the nuances of what people say and come up with a methodology for yourself to track the nuances of what a foreigner is saying so that you can sound more like them. So I'm going to walk you through how I break this down. And if you are a foreigner like me who wants to continue to get better at Korean and the news and things like that, I would say this would be a good guide as far as if you were to try to read this and do your own practice, which I highly encourage you to do. This is how I would recommend trying to conquer it. So you'll see some different signs and symbols in here, and I'll walk you through kind of what those mean. Okay, the first part here has to do with, this means to basically kill any pronunciation changes that could happen across words. So here, to me, this basically means you're going to say 오늘, and then you're going to say 북한. So I want a little bit of a P sound to come out here. And if I put these two together, what would happen is it would be more of a B sound because this P up here would become voiced. So we're going to say 오늘 북한, and then we're going to say 평양에서, and this is just a reminder that anytime you have a floating 받침 이응 at the bottom, you want that to kind of come up and carry that sound. And a lot of foreigners forget that. So it's going to say 평양에서. So notice how the 이응 persists through each of those sounds. So 오늘 북한 평양에서, and then we're going to, this P means to pause. So this is a good place to pause between a preposition. And then we're going to say 남북. So this is going to be, it's the same thing here, right? This says 북, and this says 북, but this one over here is different. It's going to be more 북, and this one's going to be more 북, like a P sound and a B sound. So 남북 축구 경기가 열렸습니다. So on this, the apostrophe means that every single one of these is going to be voiced. So we're going to have G sound, G sound, G sound, D sound. So not K's and not T's. So this is going to sound more like 남북 축구 경기가 열렸습니다, like that. All right, the next sentence here, sometimes I find it's easier if you just write out in Hangul what it actually is, because numbers can be a little complicated to read. And you want to make sure that you get all the constant relinking, because this is one of the most common places that foreigners forget to relink their bottom 받침s up. So it actually becomes 이처니시비년. So 이처니시비년, like that. And then Qatar, no changes there. Qatar World Cup. And make sure that this is a kiuk, so an aspirated sound. If you were to put your hand in front of it, you would feel air coming out. So World Cup. Now, this right here means I'm not going to carry that into World Cup, so not World Cup. I don't want that to happen, which would if I just put these together. So I'm saying don't carry that through. So World Cup, so quick pause without a break in pace. 아시아 지역, and this is a J sound instead of a CH sound. And then 2차 예서녔습니다. So this is a contraction. So it would be 예서니었습니다, but I don't want to spend that much time on it. So it's just going to be 예서녔습니다, like that. So this becomes 이처니시비년 카타르 월드컵 아시아 지역 2차 예선이었습니다. Like that. I'll read that one more time. 2022년 카타르 월드컵 아시아 지역 2차 예선이었습니다. All right. Next one here. So this is going to be a K sound. 그런데 사상 초유의 경기였습니다. You could say 초유의, but a lot of news anchors will carry this through. So 초유의, and then G sound, 경기였습니다. And then not 습니다, right? 경기였습니다. So 그런데 사상 초유의 경기였습니다. Next part here, K sound, J sound. 관중이 한 명도 없었고. So make sure here that you get the tensing, the 된 소리. So 없었고 instead of you hear a lot of foreigners say 없었고 or something. 없었고. It's a 쌍시옷 here because the way that these two meet, and then a 쌍기역 here. So 관중이 한 명도 없었고, pause, and then K sound, right? Because we're starting over. 경기가 어떻게 진행되는지, pause, 알 수 없었고, and then pause, 다만, so T sound, 다만, 가널쩍으로 정보만 전해졌습니다. This one is a tricky one. This does get tense, so, and it's not let's bring the word up. So it's not 가널쩍으로, 적으로. This is one of the more common places that foreigners forget to do their consonant relinking. So a lot of foreigners would say 가널쩍으로, maybe 가널쩍으로, but it's really 가널쩍으로, 가널쩍으로. And then 정보만 전해졌습니다. Last one, 경기는, and then we're going to stop. We don't want this ni은 to carry up, especially because this is a subject. It's not even modifying a noun. Sometimes people will carry these through if the 는 is an adjective that modifies a noun, but that's not even the case here. So it's definitely going to be a break, not a pause in speed, but a break. So 경기는 0대0, pause, 무승부로 끝냈습니다. This is just kind of one phrase they're going to stick together super fast. So 무승부로 끝냈습니다. It's a bit of a tongue twister. All right, hopefully this is helpful for you. I would encourage you to do the same type of thing with my English side of things. I don't really know how to teach that part because it just comes natural to me, and I don't even know all the signs and symbols in an English dictionary, but you may know those if you're a Korean. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you can, and if you decide to try to do this exercise on your own, then feel free in the comments to put a link to your own YouTube video, and I'll take a look at it. I'll give you some feedback in your own comments. Thanks.